Hi, and welcome back to the Los Angeles International Film Festival. So that was the wonderful film, A Will to Dream, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Director Patrick Alcedo today, and he will tell us a bit more. So welcome, Patrick.
Yeah. Thank you, Natasha, for this opportunity. I'm thrilled to be here.
Excellent. Well, I think everyone will agree that that's a wonderful, wonderful film. So tell us a little bit more about how it came about. What was your inspiration behind it?
Well, I'm an ethnographer, a dance anthropologist, and I'm Filipino. Whenever I'm not teaching, I go back to Manila, and I've always pursued dance. And I've always been interested in the relationship of dance and social justice. And so I started doing the research on this film 5 years ago. And then I became really good friends with Luther. And just every summer I would go home and we just like became best friends. And I told him, like, would you be interested in pursuing this project? And he said, absolutely. So the inspiration is really, I think, started with Luther and his character. Such an altruistic person, a beautiful dancer, Natasha, during his heyday, and just an incredible teacher. So I think it started with him. And so I wanted to honor his person and the sacrifices he's giving to the dance world, specifically to the marginalized. So it started with him. And then, of course, through him, I became part of his world. And then I met his students, his teachers, and the people around that school. So the inspiration has always been anchored in Luther.
Wow, that's amazing. So I think what's really key also in this film is just all the different characters and the way you've really captured the different people involved, and also over a period of time as well, and how they've developed. So what I would like to know a little bit more about is how you managed to do that. What did you script to start with? How did it develop?
Well, I mean, it really developed organically, Natasha, and I think because of my own academic training, I really believe in not doing parachute work, and I really believe in time, and so I just let my experience tell me who amongst these students or teachers would partner Luther. And so I really it's like every time I go to Luther and have a filming, I would go home and talk to Alex Felipe, who's a cinematographer, and we would just talk about who really stood out for us and why. And so, and I really believe in the word disparate, and complexity. And so I said, okay, I even like drew a board. Okay, so here's Princess, here's John, here's Dax, here's Justin. And then I said, okay, why are these, like, creating a web of characters, and why and how will they intersect with Luther?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, outside this world is like a success story. Like I wanted, because I'm such a hopeful, I wanted to bring that theme of hope somewhere in the end. And so I asked Luther, I said, Luther, tell me about your successful students. I said, yes, I have one, he's in Hong Kong. And I said, would you go with me to Hong Kong? Absolutely. And so we went to Hong Kong and then filmed Raphael or Rap. So it's really this kind of, I would call like a webbing of characters, but it did not happen overnight, Natasha. It happened really, I think, through the years of doing the work.
Wow, that's a long period of time as well. So did you shoot a lot of material that you ended up not using in the edit?
Absolutely. Yeah, because I think if I look at the production side of things, I've been filming like 4 years of every summer,
Wow.
right? And you can imagine the amount of footage. And that's the hard part of the work, because I mean obviously you cannot use everything. So the post production for this film took a year,
Mhm.
and then you just have to be. I work with this fabulous editor, Alec Bell, who's here in Toronto. And both of us share the same thing, is that we're very strict what to include and not to include. But we have decided to keep those non-used footage, Natasha, and I'm hoping that they will also come to life in some form or another. Maybe like a put up on a website or something. Maybe when I give papers in a conference, I could show snippets of the things that did not make it to the festival, or to the final cut. I'm sorry, but I don't want to just not use them. They're there in my active file, because I think they should be kept like that, and they should be honored at some point.
Mhm. Definitely. I think you've got some really inspiring stuff in there. So I'm sure you've got even more of that inspiring stuff that you haven't used as well. So that would be fantastic to see some more. So tell us a little bit about your experiences making the film. So we've talked a little bit about it, but are there any standout challenges that you faced, or any particularly excellent moments as well? We want to hear all the good things too. So tell us a bit about your experience making the film.
Well, I mean, I would call it like contours of emotion, like different emotions. Um, and I wanted to feel all of those emotions, Natasha, because I feel like as the person in charge, I should be the node through which all these emotions flow, right? So the one of the hardest things is the filming while the characters or the subjects are commuting. It's very difficult in Manila. Like the jeepney
Mhm.
shots, they go into tricycles. When John John walks at night in a very dark part of the city, um, those were challenging precisely because of the safety, also and also the respect um, to whom we are filming, but also managing the public, right?
Mhm.
But also being inconspicuous and being very invisible in many ways, because we also don't want to attract the attention, and then disturb, right, the whatever we're creating. So, but and I think, just digressing a little bit, is that I only work with one camera person, and then another person who helps us with our stuff, so we were able to keep that. So that was the challenge, is the really one of the challenges is the commuting in Manila and navigating the city, and
Mhm.
navigating the city. Um, Also, really being part of their lives, right? I mean, seeing, like, for example, John bringing us to where he used to live, and Dax trying to and finding out that she really lives alone, in that very in that difficult neighborhood. So being part of their lives when you're filming um, was difficult for me emotionally. Um, the highs are a couple, like when we were in Hong Kong. That was really a high moment, because I could not help but be very proud of Raphael Raprap, and be very proud of Luther, because look at what you've done to this person through dance. You've really changed not only his life but the life of his family, and he became like a model for other children to aspire to. So that was really inspirational. Another moment that was difficult but at the same time touching was when Luther went to the columbarium, to the cemetery, to visit his partner. Um, and then when we went home, he suddenly said that this is the first time that I'm gonna cry, right? Because I've always kept it inside me, because I didn't want the students to show my weakness. I've always wanted to be strong. So him sharing that moment with us, that moment of vulnerability, was unforgettable. Was really quite unforgettable, and I felt very privileged and honored that that he chose that moment, um, to
Mhm.
demonstrate that vulnerability.
Yeah, it really comes across as well, all the different emotions at play in the film. So tell us a bit more about other screenings that have happened or that are upcoming, or what else is next with regards
Mhm,
to the film. Do you have any distribution or release information? Tell
mhm.
us a bit more.
Well, I'm very proud to say that it's gaining quite, modesty aside, good traction in the festival circuit. So it's been also officially selected at the All Asian Independent Film Festival. Um, there's an international film festival in Quezon City where this film was filmed. It's called the Quezon City International Film Festival, and I'm very proud of that, and my dream come true, Natasha, because that, and I heard that there is a physical screening in
Oh,
a
wow.
theater in Quezon City. So all the characters and the students and Luther will all go and attend.
Well,
And
that's lovely.
I know how I wish I could go and be there with them, but it's, how it is. It's difficult from Toronto to go to Manila. But I'm just so thrilled that they get to see the film in the big screen, on the big screen, and in the very city where the film was screened. And then I'm hoping that next year, when it's possible to go back to the Philippines, I want to go around schools and institutions. We want to fundraise. We want to fundraise for the program. So I want to offer that and really help out. There is a company called TBA that has expressed that I've already signed an acquisition. They saw the film in San Diego, and they're very interested in the film. So there's already this acquisition, which is a dream come true. It's gonna show at the Los Angeles International Film Festival, All Asian Independent, and then in Quezon City. So I feel very I feel very fortunate and supported, and not only for me, but also I'm also happy for, for Luther and the characters in the film, and you know and we hope that it will inspire more people, right?
Yeah, wow, that's so exciting. I wish I was in Quezon City as well. That sounds amazing to be able to show it to all the people who were involved
Mm,
and using it as a way of fundraising. I think that's brilliant as well. It just shows the power of the documentary and the cause behind it as well. So, Patrick, what's next for you? Personally, do you have any more film
mm.
projects currently in the pipeline? You're nodding.
Yeah, kind of. Like I'm thinking, after when things are lifted, I'm thinking of going around Canada and see what narratives emerge. I'm a dance scholar, dance anthropologist, so it has to be linked in dance, and see what dances Filipinos in Canada really are passionate about,
Hmm.
and hopefully find inspiring stories like Luther's, like A Will to Dream. So, but I want to see, I want to, experience the lives of Filipinos through dance here in Canada, and hopefully create have another film out of that experience. So, wish me luck. Wish me luck, Natasha. I, you
Good
know.
luck. That sounds wonderful. Excellent.
Mhm.
Oh, well, thank you very much for joining me today and chatting to me more about the film. And also, thank you to all the people watching as well. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you'd like to chat to me and the festival further, and also give your opinion to Patrick here or generally engage with any of the other films, you can find us on Twitter and on Instagram at Los Angeles IFF. And we also have a Facebook group and a Facebook page as well. So you can join us on there. Thank you very much. And thank you, Patrick.
You're most welcome, and thank you. Thank you, Los Angeles International Film Festival, and thank you, Natasha.
Thank you.